Hello everyone and welcome to a book review. This time it is for a book with a blank cover. The Church in Crisis, A History of the General Councils, years 325 to 1870. This is written by Philip Hughes. It is published by Hanover House and it was published in the year 1960, so just in time. This is not an all-inclusive history of the general councils, the 20 councils. This was a publication of the summary of all of these councils, of course before Vatican II, and that's exactly what you want. And it is not blinded by any bias towards the most recent council, and so this is a good summary of what happened at these councils. Now there is a lot of coverage of Vatican I because at the point the book was written, that was the most recent council, but it does give a very good perspective as to the historical context of what was happening in the world at that time and in the church, of course, and what prompted the council. A lot of the councils were convened because the hierarchy wanted to address some sort of heresy that was taking place in the church. So this is a very good explanation of what happens. It doesn't really delve into much of what the documents themselves actually are quoted as saying. It has more of just a summary of what the documents say. It does provide a very unique perspective, and so a council that was convened in the 300s would have a much different presentation than the most recent council in this book, which is the First Vatican Council. This is a great book for anyone who's interested in church history. I would highly recommend The Church in Crisis, A History of General Councils by Philip Hughes. And just based on the title, The Church in Crisis, there has been a crisis in the church at many points in church history, and the current one, we're living through it, but there were people in these points in history that lived through the crisis in the church for when these various councils were convened. So this has been my book review. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we are the laity, and we will not be silent.